Yeah, hi Sakshi. Thanks for having me here. So, as you rightly pointed out, gold prices are up by almost 40% this year. And if I compare with last year, September 9th, it's almost up by 52.55%. As prices were trading around 72,000 odd levels on this date last year, there has been a spiraling rally that we have seen in gold and silver prices as well. The major catalysts have been the de dollarization theme, the uncertainty stemming from the tariff policy of the US government, and the strong ETF inflows and the central bank purchases. And now the recent catalyst has been the rising expectations of a Fed rate cut in the September meeting and another two cuts through the end of this year. So these are the major factors that have been driving gold prices. Apart from that, we also have geopolitical tensions and the political uncertainty in Japan as well as in France. So from now, prices are already up significantly higher from last year's level. But yes, there could be some corrections on the way. But yes, the trend is still up. We have all eyes on the US CPI data, which is lined up this week, which will provide further cues about the monetary policy stance of the US Fed. But then a 25 basis point rate cut looks quite certain at the next week's Fed meeting. So given these factors, my sense is that prices are overall in an uptrend and we could see levels of around 3750 per ounce in the international market. While in the domestic markets, we are eyeing levels of around 1,12,000 to 1,13,500. But yes, a word of caution here.
Yeah.
There could be some corrections on the way and there could be some deep corrections as well.
Absolutely. Okay. We'll come to Sugandha. You were giving us that insight. A lot of our viewers would want to know what to do at this point in time. Should one go ahead and buy gold at this all-time high level or wait up? Remember, Diwali, Dhanteras, they are yet to come. A lot of people have been waiting for an opportune time to enter. But unfortunately, with this kind of a rally, not many people have actually got that opportunity of a dip to enter into gold at any given time, and many of the weddings would also be waiting to happen now in December and in the winters as well. What should they be doing? There's also a query from Rashi Sharma coming in on that as well. So we'll just read that, and I'm sure a lot of questions will get answered. If gold and silver are hitting new highs, should I put my money in them or in shares? I think partly Devarsh has also helped you all address that one. But help us understand, Sugandha, what would you say on whether there will be an opportunity to enter?
Yes, many investors have missed this rally, but then those who have been waiting on the sidelines, there would be some good corrections on the way. I'm expecting levels of $34.20 to $34.00 per ounce. Yes, a deep correction is around the corner. In fact, we could be seeing this correction this week itself towards the weekend. After the CPI data, this could be a possibility. So in the domestic market, if I translate it, I'm looking at levels of around 1,03,000. That's a deep correction from the current levels. There could be some more upside in the immediate short term, but then wait for correction is the right strategy at the moment, even if it's your consumption perspective or be it a long-term investor who is looking for investing in gold from a longer-term perspective. The overall outlook is still very positive, and for the next year also, we are very positive on gold. But yes, if you enter in corrections, your risk reward will become much more favorable. See, gold doesn't give you any impulse. So if you enter at a lower level, it will certainly enhance your return. Overall, gold is a timeless asset. You can certainly invest even at current levels, but then waiting for corrections is my view currently.
Sure. So one must wait for corrections. There could be a dip till 1,03,000. Look at that level and then invest in gold. That's the clear advice. But overall, the bullish trend may sustain for the next year as well on gold, and that's what clearly Sugandha has mentioned. Till Diwali and till the year end, what's your suggestion, Sugandha, on gold? What are the levels you're looking at till Diwali?
See, I see gold prices heading higher towards 1,13,500, and that would translate to levels of $37.50 per ounce in the international market. I think prices would enter into a consolidation phase post that, and we might see a time-wise and a price-wise correction from those levels. Again, for the next year, we would be very positive, and by next year, we are looking at levels of around 1,25,000 as well for gold prices. So wait for some time, corrections would certainly come in, and that will provide you a wonderful opportunity to add gold to your portfolio in different ways.
Okay, got that. Tell me now, there is another key question that a lot of our viewers are looking at, because gold versus silver. What exactly should one be really looking at, and where are you more bullish on right now? We're seeing both gold and silver also scale up pretty much almost the same fashion. Last 1 year returns of gold is 55%, silver is 53%. Help us understand from here on what happens then, and what do you think will outperform between gold and silver?
See, my pick is certainly silver. In fact, since last year itself, we have been maintaining that silver will outperform gold. I think the tariff headlines will subside in another 3 to 4 months, and we are seeing a pickup in demand from China. China is coming out with a lot of stimulus measures, and the industrial demand for silver is picking up significantly. So, and the gold silver ratio is also pointing towards outperformance from silver, be it the usage of silver in solar panels or 5G technologies. That's likely to keep the silver prices in demand. So I see silver prices heading higher towards 1,35,000 by Diwali this year. And by next year, I'm expecting levels of around 1.5 lakh for silver. So silver is likely to outperform. And in case somebody is looking at allocating funds towards bullion counters, I think silver can assume a larger portion of that. So overall, we allocate a 10 to 15% allocation towards a bullion counter. Even if you have a slightly lower risk appetite, then you can go in for gold. But then if you are looking for higher returns, silver should assume more part in your portfolio.
Okay, so can you give us the outlook on silver prices as well? You said 1,13,000 and upwards of that for gold for till Diwali. So what is silver now? What is the outlook on silver?
Sakshi, my outlook for silver is 1,35,000 till Diwali, and by next year, 1.5 lakh for silver.
Okay, so there's still a lot of upside that you actually expect silver to outperform gold, viewers, at this point in time. That's what Sugandha's belief is. Gold can touch 1,13,000 by Diwali, but silver can hit 1,35,000. It's already at 1,26,000. So another 10,000 kind of a bump up is what you can expect. And by the next year, 1.5 lakhs per kilogram on silver is what you could clearly expect there as well. I'll take one more question. Sugandha, what would your thought be when one has to really decide as to how to go about it from here? You've been covering equities also for a long time now, so help us understand what's your sense, gold, silver or equities. Your erstwhile love has been commodities, precious metals, and your recent love is equities. So how would you advise your clients and viewers of Business Today?
I concur with the verse. Even I would suggest to invest in equities at current point in time because the valuations are looking slightly attractive. A lot of positives we are seeing: the GST structural reforms, the dollar index trading at a 7-week low, and the Fed rate cuts round the corner. So all of these factors make me believe that yes, we are likely to see a significant uptick in equities from here on. So my take would be there would be a lot of rebalancing, and investors might look at equities at current point in time, and we are likely to see significant returns coming in from here.
Okay, consensus between Devarsh and Sugandha then to invest in equities at this point in time. Sugandha, last question. A lot of people would be wondering, if I have to go for gold and silver at these levels, should I go for physical or should I go for digital form of gold? What are you advising them?
See, my sense would be to go for gold and silver ETFs. They have delivered significant returns, and you do not have concerns about purity, theft. That's a digital option, an easy option. They are fairly liquid. The way you invest in stocks, similarly, you can invest in gold ETFs and silver ETFs. They are easily available on the bourses. The only requirement is to have a demat account, and you can easily hold on to them for a longer term perspective. Even if you want to liquidate your holdings, it's very easy. So here, I think the clear outlier would be gold and silver ETFs as compared to physical gold.
Okay, fantastic. Well, we have as much time on the show, but thank you so much, Sugandha and Devarsh, for being with us and helping us with your insights on both equities as well as the bullion at this point in time. Let's keep our focus continued on both equity investments for the long term and ensure a decent asset allocation like you both have advised on both gold and silver. Via ETFs is what Sugandha says is a better way to invest in these two, at least at this point in time. Always a pleasure to speak to both of you. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you.
All right, viewers, we'll start wrapping up the market. We continue to get you all the fascinating insights from the world of business and finance, so stay tuned for that.